Today's lesson is linear equations with variables on both sides. All right, so for example 1, I'm going to start here. I'm just going to get my red pen. All right, so what we're going to do here for our first one, so if you look on this side, we have a distributive property. And if you remember from the polynomials unit, to expand on this side, we just need to make sure that we multiply that 3 through. So 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 40 is 120, and we have our terms on this side, 7x plus 10. So what we want to do is we want to get all our x's on one side and our numbers on the other side. So before we kind of made zeros so that we could move things around. So we would make this a 0 by subtracting 3x, and what we do to one side we do to the other. Okay, and so that would leave us with 7 minus 3 is 4x plus 10 is equal to, and we had 3 minus 3, so that makes 0, 120. So for our next step, we're going to move our constant terms over. So to make 0 on the side, we're going to subtract 10. And what we do to one side, we do to the other side. So that's going to leave us with 4x is equal to 110. And then for our last step, we would do the inverse operation. So we're multiplying by 4 here, so we would divide by 4. And that gives us a value of x equal to give us a final answer of 27 and 5/10. So this one doesn't have anything that requires the distributive property, so we're just going to move our x's and our constant terms around. So I try to find something so that when I move my x, it still stays positive. So here, we're going to start with subtracting x from this side to make 0x, and what I do to one side, I do to the other. So that's going to give me 20 plus, and 2x minus x is x, is equal to, and we made 0 here, leaving us with 56. And then our next step would be to move the constants over. So to make 0, we would subtract 20 from this side, and what we do to one side, we do to the other. And that leaves us with x equal to 36 for your final answer. Okay, so this one's another distributive property one. So we're going to multiply 2 in for both of these. So that's going to give us 2x plus 28. And we leave our terms the same over on this side. Okay, so next we're going to move our x's, and I'm going to move the 2x first because that's going to make a positive x on this side. So we would subtract 2x from here, subtract 2x from here, and that's going to leave us with 4x plus 16 equal to 28. And the last step would be to move that constant over before we can solve for x. And so that's a positive 16, so we're going to do the inverse operation, minus 16, and what we do to one side, we do to the other, leaving us with 4x equal to 12. And then the last step would be to divide, so we're multiplying by 4x. The inverse operation is 4, divide by 4 on both sides, which gives us x equal to 3. All right, so for our last one, we're going to put our variables on one side and our constants on the other. So we're going to start by moving the 3x. So we're going to make 0 on this side, subtract 3x, subtract 3x. And that'll leave us with 9x plus 12. And this would make 0 is equal to 84. Next, we're going to move our constant number over here. So we're adding 12. Inverse operation is subtract 12 from both sides, which leaves us with 9x is equal to 72. And then we're going to divide by 9 because it's the inverse operation of multiplying by 9, which leaves us with x equal to, gives us x equal to 8 as a final answer.